when I was at Diamond Head the other day for Diamond Head Beach, sitting on the beach, meditating, all of that, like a couple of hours before sunset, this guy appears. Like, I had kind of left my stuff and I went up the hill behind a tree to use the potty. And when I came down and was walking back to my stuff, this guy had set up and stationed, like, you know, a few yards away from me. But as I was walking back to my things, you know, I just smiled at him. And he says to me, hi, I wanted to ask, do you mind if I swim naked? And I was like, no, I don't care. But, like, he barely waited for my answer before he just, like, takes his pants off. I'm like, okay, you know, I'm thinking, like, no biggie. I've lived in the Bay. Seeing a guy's penis is like waking up in the morning. So I go and I sit down at my stuff and I'm like, you know, getting back into my meditation. I'm just being. And he like walks up to me and he's naked and he's like, and I'm sitting on like a hill, kind of, you know, elevated, so he's like standing down below me. And he's like, I just want to make sure you won't be offended. And I'm like, no, I don't care. Refusing. Like, I'm staring into this guy's eyes. There's no way I'm looking below his bottom lashes. You know what I mean? But, like, he obviously wants me to recognize that, like, his penis is fully erect, you know? So I refuse. Absolutely refuse. Like, there's no way. And so he says to me, like, 3 times, I just want to make sure you won't be offended. And I'm like, no, I don't care. Be free. In your space. And I just like, put my hand up and I'm like, I'm here in my space meditating. Thank you. And so he leaves. And then like this other group comes. And so I'm looking kind of like down his direction to check the sunset because that's what I'm waiting for. And the guy has his clothes back on. So I was just thinking like, oh, that poor guy. He just needed somebody to like acknowledge his penis and I was the person to not care. Poor guy. But anyway, it was really kind of interesting because I'm thinking about going into my ceremony as a stripping down and then naked jumping into the water. So, you know, it was kind of interesting to see that I don't know, that guy just needed me to acknowledge his nakedness. So, gosh. Anyway, the end and new beginning.